No, I said, are you ready? NXT Takeover, New Orleans. That's what we're going to be talking about here today. What is up, guys? Chase Oliver here. Normally you would see my somewhat Randy Orton fat face on the screen. But today I am going to be doing some podcast type of formats, and you'll get a bunch of cool little pictures on the screen. It's going to be a picture show today, damn it. As we talk about NXT Takeover New Orleans and preview and predict the show that's the night before WrestleMania, the same night as our ROH Supercard of Honor 12, and the same night that it will be Khabib time for the UFC. But before we get to that, I got to introduce who's with me here tonight. With, as always, with the predictions and the previews, we have the running Ross himself. Who wants to run with Ross? The gold standard 000. Ross, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. How's it going?
It's going great. And joining me, he is a co-host of mine on the Team Heel podcast. He is also a wonderful YouTuber himself. He calls himself the Fat Peruvian, HeelSteven.
What is up, motherflowers?
Guys, thank you for joining me here tonight to talk about NXT Takeover and a bunch of other stuff. Because, guys, before we can talk about Takeover, let's talk about WrestleCon's Lucha Underground versus Impact Wrestling live on Twitch. Ross, you're going to WrestleCon. Are you going to this event? By the way, guys, if you guys don't know, Ross is actually going to WrestleMania. So he has like the fun experience and stuff like that. So, Ross, what do you think about? Are you going to Lucha versus Impact?
I don't think I will be. I think this is going on either during NXT or the Hall of Fame.
Well, I can't confirm it's going on during the Hall of Fame. So you are going to be missing this. Steven, will you be catching Impact versus Lucha?
Honestly, to be real with you, I'm gonna try to. Being that there's a lot of stuff to cover this weekend. If you are just a wrestling YouTuber trying to make videos this weekend alone. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Yeah, there's a lot of other events. I know Matt Riddle is taking on James Ellsworth on another random show, and there's another tournament going on that I honestly, the only reason why I didn't decide to cover it in this video was mainly because I don't know anything about certain cards. You know, Lucha versus Impact, Impact versus Lucha, whatever way you want to say it. I at least know these wrestlers, and I at least know the storylines going into it, or, you know, like the ideas behind it. And in fact, not just tonight, not just Friday for Impact's Twitch TV stream. It's going to be all weekend. They have a lot of cool stuff, and I wish I had the schedule. But if you go and look up the schedule, they have a lot of cool stuff hyping up Impact. And I think definitely, if you have been someone that's just been wondering what the heck's been going on with Impact Wrestling lately, their Twitch will definitely help you out this weekend, because I really do feel like if you want to try and get back into Impact Wrestling, it's your choice. Not going to say you should. It's up to you. But if you want to try, definitely check out what their Twitch is doing. I'm just going to read off some of the main matches, not everything on this card. I mean, I see Scott Steiner and Teddy Hart teaming up together on this card. Sounds pretty epic if you ask me. Never thought I would see that in my life. If you're a big fan of the Sami Callihan feud, we have Eddie Edwards versus Jeremiah Crane in an I Quit match. Austin Aries and Rey Fenix will team up to take on Alberto El Patron and Pentagon Jr., or Penta 0M, a.k.a. Pentagon Jr. We also have LAX, Santana, and Ortiz taking on The Mac, a.k.a. Willie Mack, and Killshot, a.k.a. Shane Strickland, for the Impact Tag Team Championships. Tara Valkyrie will take on Ali for the Knockouts title. Those are some of the key main matches of this show. Steven, what do you think about, you've been following Impact with the Twitch. How do you feel how Impact been doing with the Twitch as of late? You know, do you think they're doing the right move by doing I think it's great what they're trying to attempt with the whole WrestleCon thing with Twitch. But do you feel like they're doing the right move with like what they're planning with making it like their whole weekend focused on the Twitch?
I think, really, to be honest here, you know, being that it's WrestleMania weekend, right? You have all these shows trying to do something for this weekend, what have you. I think they should have done this years ago. You know, having shows WrestleMania weekend because again, you got to understand that people from all over the world are coming to the city, that New Orleans, right? And it's just one of the things where, hey, eyeballs on the product again. I think from what I've been seeing from Impact, the whole El Patron and Aries feud, it's been all right. And I think the whole Eddie Edwards and Sammy, or Sammy Callahan, whatever I want to call him, they're milking this for what it's worth. And say what you want, but hey, it's kind of working. Yeah. But I think them using Twitch for WrestleCon, all that, it's a good move. It's a really good move to get people to watch, and hopefully they get a good number, get a good showing as well coming up this coming weekend.
And I know there's a lot of questions because a lot of people do want to check out the show. I will not be able to answer it with you. I've been looking around everywhere. I'm not sure if once it's broadcast live, if it's right on demand, because I do know that it's at 7 o'clock, I believe, my time. So it's like it starts pretty. I think it's like a late show, right? It's a late night show for this one.
I think it starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I believe in your case it's
6 o'clock my time. Yeah. So that's still pretty late. And plus they're competing with the WWE Hall of Fame that night and everything like that. But yeah, when it comes down to it, I don't know if this is on demand afterwards. I know if you have a Twitch premium account, maybe you can see it on demand, but I don't know if you have a free Twitch account and you're watching this if you get it free afterwards. I'm not sure. So I'm not going to be able to tell you. Maybe someone else can tell you.
I would assume so, but
yeah, hopefully.
Because they replay a lot of stuff on there.
Okay, that's
on Twitch. Like they'll replay it endlessly. I'll stop in that stream every now and then.
All right, that's good to know. Hopefully, it's just because I know there's a lot of people in the UK and then a lot of people that maybe want to watch the WWE Hall of Fame live and get to hear the speeches when they're going on full on. I can understand, I get that. The Hall of Fame is always a fun night. And yes, guys, I know people are going to be like, all right, you're going to talk about the Hall of Fame. We will maybe touch on it during the WrestleMania recording of the podcast, which will be a different video. But for this recording, we're mostly going to be talking about indie show / NXT Takeover. So yeah, that's Lucha versus Impact. Ross, you are going to WrestleMania. You're going to WrestleCon. What's the reason why you're going to WrestleCon? Can you explain to us some of the events that you're looking to do at WrestleCon?
As of right now, I'm not planning to go to any independent shows at WrestleCon. Mm-hmm. If I did, it would be Saturday. So I think Saturday they have like Pro Wrestling Revolver, and I think they have CZW. I don't think I'd go to CZW. I'd go to Pro Wrestling Revolver if I was going to go to any of them. But I'm mostly looking to go to WrestleCon Friday to meet a bunch of wrestlers, because it seems like a pretty loaded group of people there compared to last year even. And I thought last year's had a lot of good people. But Sunday, going to be meeting the one and only Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Nice.
So he's my favorite all time. I got a poster from him to sign. It's going to be a very surreal moment. I don't even think I'm prepared for it yet. I don't know, but I've thought of questions to ask him. So I think I'll be a little prepared as to what I am going to
just don't choke when you're up there, Ross. Just don't choke.
Yeah, I know. I got to get the game face on when I'm in line.
All right, guys. You know what's also... Ross, you know what? I just want to say you'll be fine. All right, Ross? You'll be fine. Just like the Bullet Club will be fine. Okay? You'll be fine. Bullet Club's fine. Because at Supercard of Honor, it's just one match. Cody versus Kenny. And that's what's going to decide the Bullet Club's fate. Supercard of Honor 12. Same night as NXT Takeover. Same night as UFC 223. Khabib time. This is pretty much, honestly, it's a two match card. The rest of the matches are just kind of like, hey, it's a WrestleMania weekend show, so we're gonna have a bunch of crazy matches. But I think even diehard ROH fans will say there's only really two matches to really like care about what the storyline and what stakes are at hand. Like Steven, you would say that's fair to say, right?
Honestly, yeah. I feel like, really, to be honest here, I feel like Ring of Honor, for the past couple of years, have relied so much on the Bullet Club to get tickets, to move tickets. And I get it, yes, you know what? Some of the stuff that they do has been entertaining. In 9 times out of 10, Ring of Honor, when they do the WrestleMania shows, it's like their biggest shows of the year. And to my understanding, they're almost like sold out. Like they have like a record, I think it was like if I think I heard it was like they sold out like a 5,000 seat venue, something like that. I could be wrong on it. Don't quote me on it, but other than that, yeah, like you're saying, it's literally a 2-match show. Hell, even a 1-match show if you really just want to keep it 100 with just Cody and Kenny Omega.
Yeah, well, the arena they're at is the Uno Lakefront Arena and can hold 8,000 people. So getting 5,000, that's really good.
They went to a different arena last time, I think. I can't remember where it was. Last time they were in New Orleans.
Yeah.
It was in like the middle of nowhere, I remember.
Yeah, it was like a smaller venue and stuff. But that's good, you know, and that's the reason why they weren't really like, a lot of people were wondering, why is ROH not hit with these bands? It's because they were in a venue that the athletic commission deemed worthy and stuff like that. It wasn't really because they're a major league. But really, I'm just going to run down some of the major matches on this card that may interest some people. And that's pretty much it. We have the Briscoes defending their ROH World Tag Team titles. Like, oh my God, dude. Like, well, I love how, like, when we talk about WWE stuff, we're just like, oh my God, I can't believe these guys are still wrestling. I can't believe the Briscoes are still in Ring of Honor. And, like, they're still, like, ROH World Tag Team champions. Like, why? Like, why are they still running around doing the same shit? Like, I get it, you know. Sometimes some wrestlers are stuck doing what they're doing, but it's kind of funny how we always talk about when we talk about WWE stuff, like, man, leave the memories alone. ROH needs to leave the memories alone with the Briscoes, man, like, for real. And they're defending their tag belts against Jay Lethal, which is ridiculous to me that Jay Lethal is on the you know, in one of the opening matches. And you know who's Jay Lethal teaming up with? Can you guys take a guess if you guys are not looking at the card? I think
Go Ace.
Okay, Ace, okay. Steven knows.
He's the number one contender. I'll tell you that much. In
number
Japan,
one contender for a huge belt.
Oh man.
Jay White.
Ew, what the? Okay. Who the fuck
I don't know.
is that guy? Actually, no, it's Hiroshi Tanahashi.
What?
Yeah, what a random tag team. Kenny King is defending his TV title and Last Man Standing against Silas Young. Ishii's taking on Punishment Martinez. That's cool, I guess. SoCal Uncensored defends their 6-man tag titles in a ladder match against Flip Gordon and the Young Bucks. Hangman Page takes on Kota Ibushi. The Women of Honor Championship will be crowned, the first ever. Dalton Castle will defend his ROH World title against the villain Marty Scurll. And before we get to Cody versus Omega, you know, this is kind of like probably one of the only other matches where we will kind of predict. But, Steven, do you think the ROH is going with the Marty Scurll here, the villain? Or do you think Dalton Castle will retain? And what have your thoughts been of Dalton Castle as a ROH World Champion?
I think he's a good talent. He's just not a guy that I'll put my world title on, to be honest.
Fair enough to say. I agree with that.
You know what I mean? That's like giving your title to Tyler Breeze, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But as far as Marty Scurll goes, I mean, listen, it should be a fun match all you want. Like I was saying earlier, like they're relying so much on the Bullet Club. I would not be surprised, really, if they're to give the belt to Marty Scurll. Would not be surprised. Should he win the belt? Honestly, no. That's just my honest opinion.
Right now, I just feel like with Ring of Honor, they just really don't have like a guy to put as ROH champion. You know what I'm saying? Because like it just feels like Cody. It's like they want him to be that guy. But it seems like Cody's trying to get more into the New Japan well. And, you know, if with him being ROH World Champion, it's kind of like hard for him to like be a New Japan guy because, like, you know, New Japan would want it to put the ROH World title on the line against some of their Japanese talents. And New Japan's not going to put him over, you know, most of the time over guys like Kota Ibushi and stuff like that. So he can't lose the belt to them because then ROH loses power of their own world title. So it's kind of a weird predicament that they're in. They just really don't have a guy. But Marty Scurll is one of those guys that they can kind of put the title on, I guess. But I don't know how much it's just putting it on another Bullet Club guy, like we've been saying. Rely on the Bullet Club too much.
You know what it is, too? And I said this a while back. I think Ring of Honor is still feeling the punch to the gut after losing guys such as Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, hell, even Roderick Strong. Like, they haven't really recovered from that. Like, there isn't really, like, guys on that roster right now that says, we'll be okay. If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%. I get what you're saying right there. Yeah, they just don't have like the depth like they used to. You know, like they just don't have that like good depth. It's like really like, all right, here's Bullet Club, and then here's guys who are champions, but really, to be honest, they're not as important as Bullet Club. That's how Ring of Honor feels like. Ross, you're a former huge Ring of Honor fan. What do you think of the state of the honor of the ring?
The honor of the ring.
Yeah, the honor of the ring.
The honorable ring.
I mean, I think I still like some of the talent that they currently have. You know, Jay Lethal is one of my favorites. Cody, I still like Cody Rhodes. I always have. Kenny Omega, I do like him, even though I think some people overhype him a little bit. I like Skrull. I think they have good talents there. I think Kenny King's still there, right?
Yep.
So like they have some good. Yeah, they have like good talent and everything, but I just think they're lacking like buzzworthy guys, and that's because WWE has signed a lot of their buzzworthy guys. So they're having like a hard time, having like homegrown buzzworthy guys. Like, so they have to bring in some like Japanese guys like Tanahashi and Okada and Ishii and people like that. So I'd like to see them turned around, but if WWE just keeps signing everybody, it's going to be very hard because WWE's basically putting a monopoly on the whole wrestling business, or at least they're trying to. So,
yeah, that's pretty much it. What we can say about that. Cody versus Kenny, though. Do you guys think this is going to be one of the contenders for a match of the weekend, or do you think that this match could fall flat on its face? Like, honestly, like, it could be one of the best matches of the weekend. I just don't know, like, obviously this is probably main eventing the show. You know, no offense to the ROH World title. Like, this is main event.
It is.
So
it is.
Yeah.
I think, to me, you look at the weekend overall, there's, like I said before, there's a shitload of matches this weekend, that could be that match of the weekend. With WrestleMania, you have all those matches that we're going to probably mention later on, whatever. You have the matches from NXT. You have, Gargano and Ciampa. You have also Ring of Honor, obviously, Cody and Kenny Omega. Hell, even TNA in that Lucha Underground, the Jeremiah Crane and Eddie Edwards match. Like, literally, and of course stuff from Evolve, but literally, it could be there. I don't think it will necessarily, but it could, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be a 5 match. But who do you guys think is winning here? Because, Kenny's not really a ROH guy. He's more of a New Japan guy. He's just part of the ROH. He's just part of the New Japan talent exchange pool. Cody's kind of like ROH's main guy. Who do you think they're going to have win here? Are they going to have Cody win, or are they going to have Kenny win? Because, I thought for sure Kenny was winning at the New Japan show that they recently had, Sakura Genesis, against the, the Hangman Page and Cody Rhodes when they were doing the Golden Lovers match. I thought the Golden Lovers were going to win. And then Cody wins. And then it was kind of a surprise because I was saying, like, wait, are they really going to have Kenny beat Cody at Supercard of Honor? Because I don't see Kenny Omega really... Like, Kenny Omega is like the guy that should probably win, because when you think about it, Kenny Omega has a lot of big matches, but how many big wins does Kenny Omega really have? He has the G1, he has a Jericho match. That's it. Not really much big wins. It's just like he has like a few big wins here or there.
The Tanahashi one from 2016, the Intercontinental title.
The G1.
No. No, he beat. Oh no, the G1 he beat Goto in the final. But for as far as 2016, right? He beat Tanahashi.
I'm talking about like matches that everyone knows from Kenny Omega.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, like huge, big, like, oh, this is Kenny Omega's moment matches. Like, oh, yeah, he beat Okada last year in the G1, and it's like, yeah, but that wasn't for the title, so it really doesn't matter all that much.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, when you think of the big, high-profile Kenny Omega matches, he only really has 2 wins. Cody, his track record's a little bit different, because obviously he came from WWE and everything like that. He has a win over Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 27.
Yep.
I can't even think about any other matches that really pop into my head of big Cody Rhodes wins, unless you guys can think of something that he did.
Cody Rhodes and Justin Rhodes against the Shield. That's
a big win. Yes, that's a big one. Yeah. Pay-per-view's forgettable, but that was a big win.
Yeah.
I mean, him winning the ROH title was a big win.
Yeah, that really was.
Yeah, so when it comes down to it, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think Kenny, like, I feel like Kenny needs to win here in a way to keep up with this momentum because, like, right now he's kind of like, him and Okada are like the two guys that are the best outside wrestlers of WWE. Like it goes like Okada, Omega, and then everyone else is just kind of like mixed in. Like you can throw in a Matt Riddle, who has greatly improved and has gotten a lot of hype as of late. You can throw in a Cody. You can throw in a Young Bucks. You know, you can throw in a Chris Jericho whenever he appears. You can throw in a Tetsuya Naito. But where it's like Cody and Omega and Okada, they're 1A, 1B, best wrestlers outside of WWE, if not just best overall wrestlers, if you want to go with that argument, you know? Like, I don't think they're best. I think Okada's the best wrestler just in general, but I don't think Kenny's behind Okada. I think the phenomenal one, named AJ Styles, is number 2. And then Omega's around the top 5, for me at least. But for the majority sakes of the hardcore fans, Omega's up there, you know? Omega's one of the top guys. So, do you feel like he should get the win here? Or do you think Cody should get the win? Like, what do you think is, like, best for the Bullet Club and going forward? Like, who should win? Steven, do you have, like, a diehard thought about this? Do you have, like, a straining thought that you want to say who you think should win this match?
The way they're going with it, because most of the build-up, believe it or not, has been on their being the Elite Series on the Young Bucks YouTube channel. That's where they're
and I'm not all... I'm like, I think 20 episodes behind. I can catch up in like a couple hours.
Yeah. So from what I'm getting from that is like the latest episode, right? They're doing this whole thing where Cody changed the logo, and I guess the Young Bucks are starting to see now what's been going on with the true Cody Rhodes and shit like that, right? So a part of me says Kenny's going to probably get the W here. I think, and it ends up with the whole Bullet Club kicking Cody out.
That'll cause some controversy for Wrestling Dotaku because Cody Rhodes is on the Bullet Club team versus the other Bullet Club and the Golden Lovers. So,
yeah.
So that'll cause some controversy. I think Kenny's gonna win. I really don't see why Cody needs to win here. Like Kenny, I just feel like it's like kind of like if you're gonna have him on the show, like. Because we all know Kenny's not really going to go for the ROH World title. I mean, he should, maybe at some point. But he's more of a New Japan guy. And I just feel like if you're going to bring Kenny Omega win to face against Cody Rhodes, and I'm sorry, like, the reason why this match is drawing is not really because of Cody Rhodes, honestly. It's more of Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is, like, right now one of the bigger draws outside of WWE. It's because of his match with Jericho. He still has, like, the Jericho buzz around him. Like, people are still like, oh, yeah, man, he had that match with Jericho and everything like that. You know,
and not for nothing too. I'm sorry, but what I thought this whole time, right, when Kenny won the U.S. title, that he was going to defend it more in Ring of Honor, but that never really came about. I know it's random, but I just wanted to throw it out there as well.
I thought that was the whole point of the U.S. title, so that way it's like, oh yeah, they can defend it in the U.S. and have a New Japan presence. You know, that's what I thought it was for too.
Yeah.
It was like when CMLL, like what they used to do back in the day, they used to have it where there would be like the NWA Middleweight Championship and everything like that. And that belt would be defended in America. So it was like you could send out like guys that would feud with Mystico, like Alverno and shit, to the States, and they would defend the NWA Middleweight belt. But it would be considered part of CMLL, so it felt like it was a big deal, when really it wasn't a big deal. It was like, these guys are like the jobbers to Mystico. By the way, if you guys don't know who Mystico is, original Sin Cara, not Hunico Sin Cara, and everything like that. Yeah. Ross, do you have like someone that you want to win, or do you think should win?
I mean, I'm gonna root for Cody, but I mean, I don't care too much. I guess I don't know. Maybe I need to catch up on being elite, and I'll care a little bit more. I don't know. Like, I think it's gonna be a really good match, and I'll probably check it out for sure. I don't know. I haven't really decided who I think will win. I know who I want to win. I want Cody to win. But
the only dumb part about this feud is when Kenny Omega dressed up as a stupid bear, and then like he beat up Cody Rhodes, and everyone was like freaking out. And then Mandy kisses him, and the fans are chanting for like Kenny, like they think it was so cool that he thought it was so disgusting that he got kissed by Brandy. And I was like, what's y'all problem? Like, Brandy Rhodes just kissed him, and y'all are just sitting there like, oh, yeah, Kenny, you deny that kiss. It's like, what the frick? Like, come on, guys. Let's be real here. But a lot of people may be sitting here 15 minutes in. The hell, you guys just wasted time talking about other wrestling that wasn't NXT. look, guys, here on the Chase Lawler channel, I want you guys to be cultured and everything like that. And plus, it says in the title, NXT Takeover plus other wrestling discussion. Okay, it doesn't just say Takeover is the main draw. Okay, brother. But I wanted you guys to like know what else is going on WrestleMania weekend, because I know there's a lot of wrestling fans that just want to know, or for those who are new and want to get into wrestling, that's what you can look forward to. Anyways, guys, it's time to talk about what we're here for. NXT TakeOver New Orleans, the night before WrestleMania. Let's get started. First match of the evening. Triple threat tag team title match. Winner also gets a Dusty Rhodes Classic trophy. We have the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, taking on We Can Wrestle, Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong, taking on what's their called? Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Bebe, and Kyle O'Reilly. Bobby Fish
got injured. His first of two matches that night.
Yeah, Adam Cole's pulling double duty, man. Adam Cole, baby, and stuff like that. Adam Cole is an NXT Tag Team Champion because Bobby Fish got hurt, and they didn't want to take the titles off the Undisputed Era, so they're like, screw it, Freebird rule. There you go, Adam Cole. And I think it's a triple threat tag match, so Adam Cole doesn't really have to do much, and he can kind of just lay there and everything like that. But yeah, most likely we'll open the show. Could be a decent little exchange. Ross, what do you think about this matchup?
I think it's a pretty solid triple threat match. I like that they're allowing AOP in this match because, to be honest, if this is like their farewell match for NXT, then yeah, they deserve to be on the main show. I mean, they had a dominant run as tag champs, so why not? Like, it's like the Revival last year. They were in a 3-way with AOP and DIY. So, like, that was the Revival's kind of like farewell match for takeovers and whatnot. I can't remember if the Revival ended up having another match later on, like in tapings, but yeah. So, like, you want me to give a prediction too?
Yeah. No, this is the prediction portion now.
Okay. It's tough. I think Undisputed Era is probably going to retain because if AOP is going up on the main roster, they could give it to We Can Wrestle. I mean,
By the way, that's not Roderick Strong's and Pete Dunne's official name. That's our official name for them. We
Wrestle.
We Can Wrestle.
But I don't know. I think I gotta go Undisputed Era because I could see foreshadowing with Undisputed Era, with championships. So, yep.
Yeah. For me, well, the way I look at it, first and foremost, it's crazy to think that, right, yeah, Bobby Fish is out with an injury. So, in replacement, we're getting, when you think about it, Future Shock. After all these years, right, and on a WWE platform. Awesome as that. But, yeah, that was their, so originally, years ago, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole were a tag team in Ring of Honor. They were called Future Shock. They just placed together, and they made it work for a while until, that happened. But the point of the matter is, I think, like you guys are saying, I think this match will probably kick off the show. I don't think Adam is going to take that many bumps in this match. He'll probably just, rest while Kyle takes all these bumps. But I think whoever's going to win this match, I think it's going to go. I think the Undisputed Era will retain, being that when you think about it, right? Pete Dunne, he isn't really signed to WWE, and they're letting him still do indie appearances here and there. And if he's going to even win an actual, besides the UK title, a tag team belt, you have to have him sign an actual NXT deal with WWE. Because the last thing you want to have happen is him go on all these indie shows and him risk an injury. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. AOP, I think this is like their farewell match. If anything, I would have, and it's just me, of course, War Machine come out and just take them out. Yeah. As a farewell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like War Machine hasn't even debuted yet.
Isn't War Machine... Shout out to Peter Rosenberg. What about War Machine's partner?
Oh yeah, that's right. War Machine. It's War and Machine. War Machine.
Oh, Peter Rosenberg, what an idiot. But yeah, I agree with you guys. Undisputed Era is winning. I mean, We Can Wrestle. Why would you give it to them in the first place? Like, Roderick Strong never needs to hold a WWE Championship ever in his life. And AOP, it'd be kind of like a funny trolley move. I'm just happy this is not TM61 here. Good. I'm glad those guys are not in there. Golly, man. We want to talk about a jobber tag team. Shane Thorpe and Goof. I don't know the other guy's name. Let's move on forward.
Miller.
Huh?
Nick Miller.
Wow, that's even more worse. That's worse than Buddy Murphy. That is worse than Buddy Murphy. All right, we're moving on forward, guys, to the NXT Women's Championship match. Baby Honda Housey takes on against Ember Moon for the NXT Women's Championship. Last time we saw these two wrestle, Baby Honda Housey almost destroyed Ember Moon's arm. Now Ember sparks are flaring, and Ember Moon is back, and she's looking to, I don't know, get revenge, even though she doesn't really need revenge. But Baby Honda Housey has been the bully of NXT, and Ember Moon wants to stop the bully. But will she stop the bully? Steven, is Ember Moon done in NXT? Is this where she's going to drop the belt and give it to Baby Honda Housey, Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades? Or is Ember Moon going to be stuck there?
I mean, when you look at Baby Honda Rousey right now, right? Let's be real about it. She's still green. I don't know about how you guys may take that. You guys agree that she's still a little green?
She's still super
a little bit, yeah.
You know what I mean? If you took giving the belt to her right now is kind of like eh. Like I can see why they'll give it to her because what happened at Takeover Philadelphia, how she almost won, she almost had it, but she made a mistake, right? And then they had the rematch a couple weeks after on television where Kairi Sane got involved. I would say, you know what? If Ember drops it, it's probably because she's going to the main roster.
Well, yeah, that's my question. Is she dropping it to go to the main roster, or is she staying at NXT? That's the answer here. It's the only reason why Baby Honda is winning is because Ember is moving up.
Yeah. I mean, I hope not. I hope she still stays because I feel like, again, you have her leave. You just have Kairi Sane right now, and there's I guess Candice LeRae, but they're not really doing much with her right now.
What do you mean? You're not excited when she just comes out and beat up Zelina Vega for no reason?
But I think that's hot all you want, but other than that, that's all she really just did.
I just hope they keep away Zelina Vega from wrestling. Like, I don't need Zelina Vega to wrestle. She's perfect as what she is right now.
That is true. I think they're going to pull the trigger on it and give the belt to Shayna Baszler. I hope not, but I think they are, so I'm going to go with Shayna Baszler.
Ross, what are your thoughts?
I thought right from the beginning that Shayna Baszler was going to win the title from Ember Moon. I was a little surprised that Ember Moon retained at Takeover Philadelphia. So with this being the rematch, I thought they were going to make this like a submission match or something, but they didn't.
Well, because
the
problem with that is that it makes sense. Like, it makes sense in that regard where it's like, okay, like Ember doesn't really have any submissions, but Shayna does. But the thing is,
it's like Austin and Bret Hart. Well, Austin didn't have any submission.
Well, but the thing is different. They said that Austin can beat Bret Hart up in submission, so like he can beat him into submission and stuff like that. Like he can use his fists. Ember Moon has not really been established. Like that's the problem I feel like with Ember Moon as a talent. What the hell is she? Like what is her like? Is she a high flyer? Is she just an overall mat wrestler? What is she? She doesn't really have like a shtick. She's just kind of like everywhere and nowhere at all. You know, it's just kind of like she has the Eclipse. What else does she have? And I just feel like with Ember Moon, with her match structures and how they are, I don't think she could pull off a submission match. Like literally, it'll just be what we saw at Philadelphia. Except there's no point where it's like, oh, Ember Moon can counter, because all her moves are like, I need to go to the top rope, or I need to go do some springboard, or maybe I'll go do this random ass suplex. It's like, that's why I feel like with her, it makes no sense with a submission match,
Okay.
She just can't wrestle that style. I just honestly think, because she literally doesn't have a base of her own. She's just literally like, I can do everything, but just because you can do everything, like, it's just like the famous quote, I don't fear a man with 1,000 different kicks. I fear the man that practices one kick 1,000 times, Ember Moon is like, I can do 1,000 different things. It's like, yeah, but who really cares if you don't really have that one thing you're mastered at? So, honestly, Baby Honda's winning. Ronda's probably backstage like, hey guys, is Shayna winning? And they're like, of course, Ronda. Shayna's gonna win. Cool. Anything to keep you happy. So yeah,
Oh, and I think Ronda's going to be in the crowd for that.
Oh, yeah.
So I
she's
think
gonna be,
she's going to win
she's
it.
gonna be smiling as the heel Shayna Baszler makes freaking Ember Moon tap out.
Yeah, Shane is gonna go up to Ronda and like, I don't know, give her a high five or something.
Really, to be honest, I don't think Ember's tapping out. I think she's gonna pass out though.
Pass like Bailey.
But they've been building up the armbar. That's the thing.
I know that, but the idea is, hey, you know what? The story from what I'm seeing is like, hey, Ember Moon represents, the brand in and out of the
Bailey
ring.
And Asuka, they're just literally gonna copy and paste the same ending.
Wouldn't be surprised.
That's lazy.
I know, yeah, that's true. That is true, but I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, so now we move on forward to the 5-man ladder match for the North American Championship. We have Lars Sullivan, Braun Strowman Jr., and Killian Dane. The Velveteen Dream. Adam Cole, baby! The one and only Ricochet. And ladies and gentlemen, EC3. Trouble, 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 trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble.
I am the top 1%.
Shut up, Ross. We how dare you? Trouble, trouble, trouble all the way through. Shout out to Impact Wrestling with that wonderful theme for one Ethan Carter III. Steven, 1% or trouble, trouble, trouble?
I'll be honest. As much as Eric was melting over the new theme song, I still prefer the old one.
Yeah. Whoa! Trouble, 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 trouble,
Exactly.
trouble. So, anyways, guys,
I think.
What are you gonna say, Steven?
I think the same group that made that song are probably the same people that made the new one. It's my understanding, but I could be wrong on that.
So this is not a CFO $ production.
I think it is. I think the voice sounded similar.
Okay. So, anyways, we're moving on to talk about this match right here. 5 of the best NXT talents. Or 6, I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought 5. I always forget Lars Sullivan is in this match, even though his picture's like looking right at me.
How dare you, Chase? How dare you,
his
Chase?
picture's like looking at me like I'm like Ryback and Batista had a love child. Fucking love me or something like that. Like I know a lot of people may think I love every big man wrestler. I don't. I don't like Strowman, Care Bear at all. I think Care Bear is a waste for my life and stuff like that. But yeah, Lars Sullivan, honestly, if there's one guy where it's just like he's just kind of in there to do his power spot and that's it. That's him. I really don't see anything with him at all in this match. I just think he's just kind of there,
When you look at when you look at a Lars Sullivan, I can't wait to put over Roman Reigns on the main roster.
I can't wait to feud with Baron Corbin and lose.
He looks like Baron Corbin, the face at least. If Baron Corbin shaved his head and just, yeah.
But the one person that's going to get a lot of shot in this match, and no, it's not Velveteen Dream, it's not Ricochet, it's not Adam Cole, it's not EC3, it's Baby Strowman, Killian Dane. Oh, Vince loves this guy. Like, seriously, out of everyone on standing, Eric Young's not even in this match. It's flipping Killian Dane, dude. Vince loves this guy. This guy, straight up. You guys want to know what it's like when you see another big man get shoved down our throats? Oh, once Killian Dane comes on the main roster, you're going to see that, man. Vince loves, and I repeat, I'm going to say it again, Vince loves this guy. He is going to have one of the best showcases in this match. After this match, I guarantee you, we might, maybe I'm wrong here, and I hope I'm wrong a little bit. I'm not saying Killian Dane's bad. It's just that I don't want people to get tricked like they were with Care Bear, where they got tricked that Care Bear is awesome and great. Killian Dane, I guarantee you, is going to have a great showcase in this match. He's going to do a cool spot. Everyone's going to be like, wow, I didn't realize Killian Dane was this awesome. And then this is going to lead to the Killian Dane bandwagon and everything like that. Dude, Killian Dane, once he gets to the main roster, he is getting a main event push. I don't care what anyone says. This is a Vince McMahon boy written all over him. So, yeah, he's going to look good in this match. But he's not going to win. Because, like I said, he's like a main roster-bound type of guy. Hey, save him ready for SummerSlam.
Killian Dane versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if that happens. There's only really 4 guys that can win this match. The Velveteen Dream, EC3, Ricochet, and Adam Cole, baby. Now, guys, I just want to know. We're gonna power rank them because I think we could both say Lars Sullivan and Killian Dane, they're not winning this match. They're just kind of here to be the different power wrestlers, right?
Yep.
All right, let's power rank.
Yeah.
Who's your guys' number 4 out of those 4 guys that I named? Who's your number 4 of winning the NXT North American Championship?
Ricochet.
Ricochet? Okay. Ross, what about you?
Ricochet.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm in the minority here. I got EC3 as my number 4.
Okay.
Ricochet, I just want to dive in. Why do you guys say Ricochet a little bit lower? Is it because he's just the high-flying babyface?
Yes, I think that too. And I think ideally, right now, if you're gonna award the title, to the first crowning, whatever, I think it has to be a heel.
Okay.
Right now for the chase. No pun intended. Chase.
Well, no problem there. I like that pun. All right, who's your guys' number 3?
EC3.
Ooh. Ross?
Yeah, I'm gonna say EC3 too.
I'm in the minority again. Velveteen Dream's my number 3. I just feel like he doesn't need it. He doesn't really need the title. He's just naturally over as his gimmick is. He can make any match he's in interesting. Like, why does he need a belt? He's going to get a great pop. He's going to have a good moment. It's going to be fun. But other than
his
that,
entrance is probably unique.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have one of the better entrances come Saturday night for sure.
I think him and EC3 are going to have the best entrances in this match, at least.
In this match, okay. I was going to say, whoa, Rossers, we didn't even get to talk about the main event and Gargano and Ciampa yet. You're all like, yeah, man.
When you think about this match, though, doesn't this look like the kind of match that you would do randomly on 2K18?
Yeah,
like a random ladder match this year.
It does.
Literally.
But it looks like a fine match. All right, guys. Who's your number 2?
Adam Cole.
Oh.
Velveteen Dream.
Okay. My number 2 is Ricochet. I feel like if you're giving the belt, it's like kind of what Steven said, give it to a heel so that face can also get a chase. But also, if you just want a good guy to win and you just want it where it's like, hey, let's just have a match where, the babyface wins here, let's just give it to Ricochet. Ricochet would be like not the worst option, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because like when you look at it, he's like a guy that doesn't really need it, but Adam Cole at least got a win earlier in the night if we predict the Undisputed Era correctly, So it's like, it's not too bad if he loses here. EC3, he doesn't really need the belt right now, neither does Velveteen Dream, and Lars Sullivan, like, no offense, he ain't ready for it. And Killian Dane is a Vince boy. Vince boys don't win NXT titles, they only win WWE titles, So when it comes down to it, Ricochet winning wouldn't be a bad thing. But so Steven, that would make your number 1 Velveteen Dream. You have Absolutely. The dream of winning the championship. Why is that?
I feel like the guy's just been having these killer matches as of late, and I think there's someone like him holding that title, to start it off. Again, you want to heal people to chase after right now, and I think just the matches that he's been having, whether it be on TV or on takeovers, can actually elevate that belt a little bit to start off. Okay. Until eventually, of course, the babyface, whether it be whether it be Ricochet, or whether it be who's coming up right now currently. Maybe Leo Rush eventually one day. I doubt that.
Oh man, dude.
I doubt it. I'm just throwing a name.
No. They got Donovan Dijak or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, Donovan Dijak. Yeah, he's been like there for a while. Why not him?
Or Cassius Ohno. I'm surprised Ohno's not even in this match. I'm surprised about that.
Hey, Cassius Ohno's in the most important match of the night, man. He's in him versus Catering match. Okay.
Yep.
Oh no! Oh no! That's what he says when they tell him to run on the treadmill at the performance center. They go like, "Hey, Cassius." Yeah, they go, "Cassius, go run on the treadmill," and then he plays his theme song. He's like, "Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!" Yeah. So Ross and I, we both have Adam Cole, baby. Ross, why do you feel Adam Cole should win? I want to see if we're on the same wavelength of why we feel like Adam Cole should win this inaugural North American, not the U.S. title championship.
Okay. I feel like this belt was basically made for Adam Cole because the way I see everything panning out, I just don't think Adam Cole would get a shot to win the title. And then if he's like the NXT title, So if he can't win that, then he's kind of like floundering. And so if this guy's going to be seen as, one of the top, few guys in NXT, he needs to be doing something relatively important. And so this, basically solves that for him.
I agree with you. That was one of my reasons. And then also, too, I just feel like Adam Cole, especially after the last takeover, award this man. You know what I'm saying? Give this man the NXT North American Championship. I mean, this guy literally, they signed him. He had a lot of hype. It felt like he was going to go for the NXT Championship. And then afterwards, this dude has literally just been, oh, yeah, I'm doing nothing. I started the Undisputed Era. I'm just doing all this crap, that really doesn't matter. He won War Games. That's like his highlight. He needs another big highlight win, And I just feel like he's one of those guys that NXT going forward is going to look at and say, hey, we need you. And you're going to be one of the guys we're going to build around. And eventually his time will come on the main roster. People need to understand, Adam Cole is only 25, 26 years old. Dude has a lot of time, man. He's really good for what his age is. He doesn't need to go onto the main roster right now. Right now with NXT, him being the North American Championship, I think that would be the best thing for him. And
Adam Cole is actually 28. I'm sorry.
28?
No, but he's still really young. Yeah, he's still really young. 28 is really young.
Oh, yeah, he's still young. Yeah, so Adam Cole.
Seth Rollins was 28 when he got called up with the Shield, or 29.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, Reigns was 28 too. So, yeah.
Yep.
Come WrestleMania weekend. This match, the next match we're talking about, though, guys, it's not a match. All right? It doesn't count. The winner is not a winner. The loser is not a loser. This is personal, guys. This is not a wrestling match. This is a fight, as Paul Heyman would say if he was promoting this match. Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, or Johnny Street Fight, or Johnny Unsanctioned, whatever you want to call him tonight, doesn't matter. Taking on his good old best friend, Tommaso Ciampa. Finally, we get this match. To quote B-Rad from Off the Rope Show from many years ago, if you guys remember that reference. But yeah, we get this. Gargano versus Ciampa. Unsanctioned. What can we expect from this match, guys? Is this going to be the match of the weekend? Is this going
to me, I'm going to say this right now. I've been saying this in my reviews as of late for NXT. This, in my opinion, and again, I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this. To me, this should be the main event of Takeover New Orleans, hands down. This should be the show. What happened?
What are you talking about?
To me, Gargano and Ciampa should main event.
Are you not forgetting about one Aleister Black and CN Almas?
That too, but I feel like again, this has been building up and building up, and I think again, this should just close the show. Don't get me wrong, Almas and Black are gonna have a good match too, but let's be real about it. You can ask anyone that's going to that show, anyone that's watching the show, you can do a poll. What should close the show? I guarantee a lot of them will say Gargano and Ciampa. In my honest opinion.
Okay. The reason why I didn't talk about this last, because I've heard rumors that they're actually closing with the NXT title match, because, that's an actual match, Steven. This is an unsanctioned match, so it's not a match. It's not real.
Just like Triple H and Rollins, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, Triple H didn't lose last year at Mania. That's like false facts, dude. That's, how they say, alternative facts or fake news. That didn't happen.
Fake news.
Yeah, Triple H has never lost in unsanctioned matches. Like, y'all crazy. Everyone's like, oh, Shawn Michaels beat him at SummerSlam 2002. Psh, where's the fact? Where's the facts? I watched it. Yeah, but was it a real match? No. So who cares? That's the one thing I think a lot of people need to remember. It doesn't matter who wins this match, to be honest. It really doesn't. Because this match, it doesn't matter. It's an unsanctioned match. These two guys are going to freaking war. They're looking to kill each other. And I think these two will deliver on that fact. I said it last time when I talked about the Takeover Philadelphia show, where I was like, people don't forget, Adam Cole's like an underrated hardcore wrestler. People are forgetting, man, both Gargano and Ciampa, they're pretty underrated hardcore wrestlers, man. Like, I've seen some people say, oh, man, I just see them starting out the match chain wrestling and doing all these goofy little moves. No, man, like, I think these two are just going to go out there and brawl. Like, this is just going to be a nice, fun brawl. That's how I see this match going. Honestly, Ross, how do you feel like this match will go? Do you think there's gonna be some chain wrestling? Do you think it's gonna live up to the hype that people are building it up to be? Do you think it's match of the weekend? What are your thoughts?
I think this match will probably live up to the hype. I think this match is just gonna be basically a war. Like they're just gonna start off. They're not gonna even chain wrestle. They're just gonna start off by like just throwing each other into whatever they can, the turnbuckle, the guardrail, whatever. I think they're gonna battle in the crowd a little bit too. Like I think they might even go backstage. Like I think they're gonna do some crazy shit, and I think somebody's gonna get busted open. Like it's only a matter of time. Like they're gonna go all out, and it's gonna feel like just an atomic bomb was dropped in the middle of the ring, and like, you know what I mean? Like it's just gonna be chaos.
Yeah.
So
I feel you on that one. Who you guys have winning, Steven?
The way it's been going down, the whole notion that Gargano's been literally stalking Ciampa, whether it be at his house, at the performance center, what have you, just to build it. Because again, the story is simple, right? Ciampa wanted Johnny gone. He got him gone, and people just kept chanting his name, Gargano, that is, right? And you notice it's starting to really now bother Ciampa. It's starting to get at him, and not to mention the fact that he's getting stalked on and shit. I think the way this goes is Ciampa wins. Ciampa wins, and you close the show. This is what I'm saying. With that farewell moment of Gargano, like him walking back, or just sad, depressed, like he failed, right? He fucking fails, and then he starts off the main roster on Monday or on Tuesday at fucking 205 Live.
Well, that's sad. He does this Unsanctioned match, and then he gets demoted. Like he just goes to 205
But you
Live.
Get hey, or fucking Raw. You haven't go to Raw on Monday.
If he goes to Raw, then he's part of the Cruiserweights.
Or maybe two, but you kind of get the, again, either way, he's going to be there. But yeah.
Oh, God. Ross.
That's an interesting thought there, Steven, but this just has writing on the wall. Gargano's going to win. He's going to get his job back. It's going to be whatever the Yes movement equivalent is. This is what it's going to be like for Gargano. Whatever you call it. It's going to be that movement. And after TakeOver, everyone's going to be so hyped that Gargano's back in NXT. It's going to be amazing. And the next thing you know, they're going to want Gargano to be NXT World Champion. Mm-hmm. So, yep.
I think
they're gonna be like, well, we'll get to in the main event, but they're gonna be like, that's not my champion. Gargano's my champion.
I like that, Ross. I think this is the first of a couple matches that we'll see between these two men at these NXT shows. I think this will be probably the best one. But once again, like I said, this match doesn't really count. Doesn't hurt anyone who wins or loses. This is just a personal beef. You know what I'm saying? This is an unsanctioned match. And I'm not trying to take away when I say that. I'm just trying to say you got to look at it from a character and from a kayfabe perspective. Wins and loss, who cares? Who wins the war? That's what matters. And to me personally, I think Gargano's going to win here as well. I was leaning on they might give it to Ciampa. But like you said, Ross, the story is for Gargano. And really, to be honest, Gargano on the main roster, he's like Adam Cole. We don't need him right now. He's fine. We got Daniel Bryan back. Why do we need Daniel Bryan Jr.? You know what I'm saying? Why do we need baby Daniel Bryan when we have the real thing? You know what I'm saying? Like that just makes no sense. Gargano, having him right there on NXT is perfect. This match right here, it's going to be hype, but it's time to talk about a Dutchman winning a championship in the WWE. Cien Almas. El Idolo. You've been a wonderful filler champion. And that's right, I said it. Steven, what is Cien Almas? Oh, he's a filler. He's a transitional. Steven, do I need to repeat that to you? Transitional champion to my boy, Aleister Black. Now, Cien Almas, yes, you've had some wonderful matches. You brought the world to remember who the fuck Zelina Vega was. You're great. You're going to do well on the main roster, on that mid-card, putting on good 3 to 4 star matches. But my boy Aleister Black, dude, the real face of NXT. That man going to win that NXT Championship. Book it. Ball game, Moggle. Steven, what do you have to say about your boy El Idolo? Well, as you like to tout it, the most underrated man in the WWE.
Yeah, I'm right. Well, the ratings on. Let's keep it 100, Mother Flowers. The ratings on the wall.
Let's keep it CN.
Let's keep it CN, Mother Flowers. The ratings on the wall. You know, in a perfect scenario, they would extend the run of Cien Almas.
What the? Oh my God! Why do you speak such dastardly things?
But like I said, the ratings on the wall. Almas going to lose here, and we're going to get the reign of Alex. It's going to fade to black. All right, and like you were saying, potentially Almas will head to the main roster, and potentially become one day the Intercontinental Champion.
Maybe they can have Zelina Vega try to get Almas in shape, and he dominates the cruiserweight division. He'll become he'll become the idolo of the cruiserweights. Ross, obviously you're on the boat with me. You know Aleister Black's winning, but you excited for this? This is the first ever time we're getting a rematch from back-to-back takeovers.
Rematch?
Yeah, this is a year in the making. This is a rematch from last year's Takeover Orlando.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was the debut match. Holy shit!
This is a year in the making.
I was
dude.
there for that. I was at Takeover Orlando, and I forgot that I know Aleister Black debuted, but I didn't remember he faced Almas.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
This is a year in the making. This is Almas' redemption. Okay.
This is like twice in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Aleister Black. Aleister Black won, so this is Almas' redemption. You imagine a video package for WrestleMania 29, picture Almas as Cena.
Yeah, they have it where Almas was all like, everyone was touting you as the next big star, but guess who won the NXT title? No, he doesn't talk. That was Zelina Vega talk for him. I found him and I made him better than what he was. Andrade would be nothing without me. And Aleister Black, you're gonna realize that, and something like that. Yeah, I can't do. I'm sorry, I can't do Hispanic women voices. I'm sorry. Zelina Vega doesn't have a man voice like Stephanie.
Maybe Steven could.
Huh?
I can't. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
That was a pretty good attempt. I thought it was a pretty solid attempt.
Mira que como... I'm just kidding. I tried.
I know what Andrade has been through, and you're not gonna stop me from doing this. So yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Yes.
NXT Championship. We all know Andrade's losing twice in a lifetime. Yeah. Aleister Black.
It's gonna be a great moment. 1 year in the making. Black makes his debut, beating Almas in a non-title match, and then he wins a title in their second match 1 year later.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So there you go, guys. That's it. Spent a while talking about this, but I thought it was fun. NXT Takeover New Orleans. Wrap it up, put a bow on it, ship it out. Because that's our preview and predictions for this show. Thank you guys very much if you sat through the podcast to listen to this. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up button and also hit the subscribe button. But before I go, let my friends plug their stuff. And don't worry, you'll be hearing their beautiful voices again very soon on this channel. First off, Steven, what would you like to plug, my friend?
Well, Mother Flowers, you can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven, where I tweet through all these shows, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, pay-per-views, and all of you as well. Check me out on YouTube, youtube.com/HeelSteven. It's a lot of stuff I'm uploading this week, so make sure you sub and hit that bell icon, be notified when I drop these videos for all you awesome Mother Flowers.
All right, Runnin' Ross, what do you have to promote?
Definitely follow me on Twitter and Instagram because I will definitely be tweeting updates of my adventures throughout New Orleans. Adventures, I guess that's what I'll call it. So my Twitter, goldstandard000, but my Instagram is pinstripes_90. Pinstripes because Yankees are pinstripes, and then 90 year I was born. So makes sense. So that's where I'm going to post updates a lot. And then YouTube, goldstandard000. You can check me out there. I will try and do at least a couple videos from New Orleans. I'll try and do something after WrestleMania, like a quick little video similar to 32, where I just make like a couple minute video or something, like giving my initial reaction to WrestleMania. And then I'm gonna try and maybe do another video at some point. We'll see, because I know I'll be seeing some other wrestling fans there. So yeah, check it out.
All their links will be in the description box down below. Thank you guys very much for listening. Remember, guys, just like our Universal Champion Brock Lesnar, sometimes you don't have to give a shit in life. Oh, yeah, and by the way, guys, it's Khabib time. Have a good one.